empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? And welcome to, Startup Masters. That's right, the dopest, the illest, the riveting content that's going to keep you from skinning up your knee to the white meat, just like we have and our guests have, so you don't have to do that. I'm your girl, Kalia Guillory, also known as KG, and I'm your host, and so happy that you decided to spend a little bit of your afternoon with us today. You can follow me at KOG Speaks on Instagram, Facebook, at LinkedIn, and for my YouTubers, you can catch me at KOG Speaks TV. I am beyond excited today because I have the privilege, y'all, the honor to be sitting next to an innovator. And not just an innovator, but an inventor of an actual product. Like the thing that will be sold in retail stores, Tracie, Amazon, Walmart, man, some novelty stores, because the product is so dope. You're probably wondering, what are you talking about, KG? Well, I'm glad you asked, because my soror is in the studio on the Sphere, ready to drop some serious knowledge and some bombs on you guys. I can't even wait any longer. Tracie Jae, CEO and founder of
Games That Change.
Boom! What's going on, Tracie Jae?
Okay, I had to get that out.
Man, it's such an honor and privilege to have you in the studio. Like we've been having this thing booked since
like October.
Like it's legit October, y'all. And so here we are, March.
I know, right? Because when we said, okay, hey, we're gonna be on the show, we said, oh, I'm thinking like next week. And then she said, we'll get back to you on a date. And then the date was March.
Listen. It's funny because when we first, and we've been at this a little over a year, actually a year and 3 months. And when we first started, we were not necessarily begging people to come on the show, but it was like, hey, we got this show. And we were booking people like a week out, 2 weeks out. Now it's a blessing to have, we're booking months out.
Yeah.
We're booking in August right now.
It's all good.
All good,
and
man.
March got here fast.
Like that.
It got here fast.
I could swear it was just Christmas.
Man, I got the reminder email and I was like, oh, that's next week. That was 6 months. That was 6 months from now.
I booked that 6, yeah.
But now it's next week.
And here we are, surrounding the table, ready to let the viewers know all about what Tracie Jae is about.
Yes.
So let me tell you a little bit about what we like to do here on the show.
Okay.
Is our whole purpose is to allow our audience who are thinking about starting a business or has a business, like get some tips and tools and resources that they can implement immediately, so they don't have to they can better navigate the journey into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is take you from one time for G Hawkins, who's not here with me, my co-host, because hey G, if you watching, what's up, G? He usually kicks us off with take us through the journey of what was going on in Tracie Jae's world to say, you know what, we need a I'm glad you asked.
Ooh wee. Okay.
Where do we start?
So the baby seeds for this started about 4 years ago. When I created a workshop called Would I Marry Me?
Whoa. Wait. Would I marry me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would create said workshop.
Yes, I created a workshop called Would I Marry Me? Because there's some questions that we fail to ask ourselves.
Oh boy. Okay, let's dive a little deeper there. What are these sad questions for our single family that's listening right now?
We would be here all night. But the crux of the matter is that we enter into long-term commitments with people without information.
Yep.
And oftentimes the information that we lack is about ourselves.
Whoa.
And so this is where this whole question thing started, was with questions that people should ask themselves.
Okay.
And then it like fast forward a few years, and this particular product like woke me up out of a sleep.
So you were dead asleep.
I was asleep, and I heard an instruction that said, you need to create a game. And I said, I'm asleep. Who you talking about? What you talking about?
I'm going back to bed.
I'm going back to bed now. But I couldn't go back to bed. I had to get up. And I started writing questions.
Those are the best ones.
And it was supposed to be just straightforward, like exactly what you see in the box. It just came to me just like that. Like,
so these questions that we have here, right, I'm glad you asked cards here that you can grab. Tracy will tell us exactly where you can get some so you can support. But what's your favorite place in town?
Yeah. So
have you visited Canada? All those came out to you.
Yes.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, like a stream of consciousness. And there's a lot more where these questions came from. This is a scaled down version of what woke me up.
If we got time, feel free to tell us. I'm curious. I want to know. Well, give me some more detail. Take a deeper dive.
So the questions woke me up, and I was like, okay. So I got these questions. Now what? And the conversation that was happening in my mind was, it needs to be a game. It needs to be something that people can play where they don't feel threatened, and where there's no conditions for winning or losing.
Oh, nice.
I just want people to talk to each other again.
We removed that whole competitive spirit of playing a game.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's intentionally non-competitive, right? Because the premise is put your phone down.
Hey, I can make you put your phone down.
Exactly. Put your phone down. Look another human being in the face and have a conversation.
Wow.
We fail at relationships, not just romantic, but relationships across the board, because we don't talk. We don't know enough about each other, and we don't care to know enough about each other. Most of the things we talk about is surface.
Yeah.
And so if this is an easy way for you to like get out of that space, break down some barriers, laugh about some stuff that you didn't know you were going to laugh at.
Right.
And just, get to know people.
I love that. So it was to put our phones down.
Yeah.
So it's almost like that was the problem you saw.
That was the problem I saw.
Amongst humanity.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just a problem like, oh, I need something that's going to make it more convenient. No, the problem is you was on a quest to save the human-to-human connection of humanity.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. I don't know how many tables I've been at where everybody was on the phone.
Right.
Almost every room
Sad.
I walk into right now, like everybody is on the phone. Can I get a hello? Like we've lost just basic common courtesy and decency because of technology. Now, I'm not saying technology doesn't have its place. I'm attached to my phone too.
Right.
Like I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to save myself too. So I'm not like
for all of us.
I'm not pointing my fingers at y'all. Like this is it's for me too.
Yes. Yes. So I would imagine have you ever created a card game before?
I have not ever created a card game before, but I did have thoughts about one earlier.
Okay.
Before this one.
So talk to our viewers about how do you go about, if you are just having this concept in your mind and something as creative as a card game, like what journey did you have to travel down to have an end product of actual cards on both sides?
Right. Cards on both sides.
Yeah.
So, you'd be surprised. The internet is our friend. I
Yes.
mean, I'm fighting technology, but at the same time, I need it.
You need it.
Right.
We all do.
So Google, like, hey, Google people, like, if you looking for something to promote, like, I got you. No, like
Right here.
right,
We got it right here on the sphere.
right. No, but in real life, like, I just Google searched how to print game cards.
Boom.
Boom,
And you did that in-house.
in-house.
Wow.
Yes. So, like, I don't have no major team, no graphic people, I got me.
Yeah.
And
A sheer solopreneur.
a solopreneur with some friends who really believe in what I'm doing. So, I'm not without community.
Let's talk about the importance of that,
Yeah.
because oftentimes we see these brilliant ideas. Even in Silicon Valley, they have these brilliant ideas, but they're in a graveyard because they didn't have the community
Right.
of anyone to talk about, to basically share with them, give them honest feedback. Because feedback is a gift. It's up to us to unwrap it or not.
Right.
So talk about your community.
So, originally, this went from thought to product in about 3 days.
Whoa.
Like,
Wait, 3 days.
in about 3 days.
Woke up out of your sleep on Friday, and then Monday you got an actual...
Monday, I had it
You
designed.
carved out.
It was designed.
Yes.
And it took maybe about a week or so later before I had it in my hand. And
1 week.
and I invited some friends for a little gathering to just like test it out. We're just gonna sit at the
A/B
table.
testing, y'all, that is fine. Is if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it.
Yes, you got to get you a focus group.
Yes.
So I had a little focus group. We played the game. They loved it. It was multi-generational, multi-ethnic. So not just like all people who
Keywords.
look like me.
It was multi.
It was multi. And one of the friends at the table said, "Okay, what's where we at? Can we get some? How we do this?"
Right. I need some right now.
Right.
Put some in my hand.
Right. And I was like all on my bootstrap over here, like, well,
Well, at that point, you only had like one deck.
I only had one
Okay.
deck. And
Because you want to test it. Yeah.
because I wanted to test it. And so I was like, well, I was just going to go around and play with people and take orders. And she was like, nope, that's not going to work. We need to get you some cards. Talk to me about some pricing. Let me plant a seed.
Wow. Now, speaking of planting a seed, we'll put a pin in that and come right back, because there's plenty of seeds that can be planted with our next sponsor. This portion of the show is sponsored by the Org Boss. Has the clutter in your home or office gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, then give the Org Boss a call so that she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for growing businesses looking to formally document their procedures. Call the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@theorgboss.com. Shout out to V. So Tracy, okay, so friend said, great, love it, I need some tomorrow.
Right. So,
And pricing, and I feel like pricing is usually when we're almost like afraid to talk about pricing because it's our invention, it's new, we don't know. What kind of conversation did you have with yourself, or how did you land on the price of the card?
So I know how much it costs to produce. I had an idea of what I needed to make off of each deck of cards. And so I was hemming and hawing with myself back and forth. And ultimately, the person who planted the seed gave me the first price.
Oh.
She was like, this is what you're going to do.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
Well, if you're willing to pay for it, then, because oftentimes we get caught up in our own heads, like, oh well, I think I'll pay for this, but it's really not us because we
Right.
biased, right?
Right.
It's about how much the other person is willing to pay.
Yeah. And so we landed on a price, and along the way, multiple other people said, you're not charging enough.
After you designated this price.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, y'all, I'm uncomfortable. I'm getting really,
That's good.
I'm getting really uncomfortable.
That's what you want.
Right. But I did recently change the price because
Good.
I was convinced, one, that the product is not disposable. So the original price was like earmarked for a disposable product.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, so you wait. So you thought your initial invention was disposable? Like
didn't
no one will pull it out every time it's a family reunion or baby
I didn't
shower.
really feel like it was disposable, but so let me just say this.
Yes.
I had a lot of money issues, a lot of bad money talk in my head.
Ooh.
Right. So I'm like been working on that with some other people in this community.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, so your community is filled with just problem solvers, movers and shakers. Sounds like some manifestation folks.
Yes.
Talk about, because I feel like, especially in people who look like us in
Yeah.
our community, we always have that money talking is negative. So talk about how you're working through it,
Woo.
even if you don't feel like you got it figured out. Like how,
Right.
how
So
you
no.
moving
So
through
I'm
it?
like if it's like a story, you know, and there's an arc, like I'm climbing.
Yeah.
I'm climbing. I'm not there. I'm
Tracy
climbing.
Jae,
I'm
climb.
climbing. So you know, so I grew up in a house where both my parents worked really hard. They intended for us to have what we wanted. One of my parents more frugal than the other one. Not gonna name any names just in case they happen to be sneaking onto social media tonight.
We don't want to call nobody
Not
out.
calling
You say
nobody
mom
out.
and dad.
I'm just
You
saying.
safe.
I'm
You
just
safe.
saying. So one of my parents would like go all out, just whatever you need, whatever you want, let's get it.
Yeah.
The other parent, not so much. Like,
no. That's
look,
not what we doing.
look, all these wants you got.
Not happening. No, not today.
Put a pause on that.
Right.
When it's Christmas, let's talk. Let's talk about Christmas. so I had like that story in my mind of like, maybe you're asking for too many things, you know. Maybe you should take a break from asking.
Oh.
And so I got comfortable in not asking. I got comfortable in not wanting.
Oh, Tracy, this is big. I can relate to that.
You know.
Okay, keep going. going. Yeah.
So I didn't even realize it was crippling. And I didn't realize the impact that it was having on not just like me personally and my own money story, but it was impacting my relationships with other people and how I related to business and what I'm willing to ask for and what I'm willing to sacrifice, because, you know, you get comfortable in just having enough. Like, are my lights on? I'm good. And that's not enough, KG. It's not enough.
Oh, I'm taking notes because it's so good.
It's not enough.
We can't be comfortable with the lack.
We
Or
can't.
being comfortable just content with, I had enough to pay the light bill. No, we weren't designed to be.
Dude,
Oh, you just dropped. Listen. Did you get that? Like, did you get it? Get it? Tracy, run it back just to make sure our viewers, because we're about to tell y'all on Facebook goodbye. What's up, Deidre? What's up, Tanithia? What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Thank
y'all.
y'all for joining. Can you run that back real quick?
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody got it, because it was good.
so I can't. I'm not going to speak for y'all. Tracy, cannot be comfortable in lack, and I cannot be comfortable in mediocrity, and I cannot be comfortable in enough.
Ooh.
I have to be ready and excited and willing and walking into more
Ooh.
at all times.
Ooh.
And that involves retelling some stories, erasing some stories, telling a new story, asking myself some better questions, finding some better answers.
I can't keep up. I'm just gonna have to run back the whole doggone thing. But guess what? Facebook. This is it. our time, we have to bid you adieu. Because
Bye,
if you want the
Facebook.
rest of the knowledge that, I mean, she got you right there on the edge of the cliff. You don't have to jump. All you have to do is subscribe. That's it. So Facebook Live, we ask you to subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. And of course, review us. Drop us a review. If you love what we're doing, please don't be afraid to tell us. And if there's something that you would like to see, feel free to share that with us as well. Our shows are on iTunes. You can do that review with constructive criticism as well. You can share this Facebook Live post right now and the entire show with your family and friends. I mean, basically anyone who you know is, as Tracy said, is retelling themselves some stories that they need to keep. Share this thing out with them. You know someone right now who is thinking about starting a business or has started a business and they might feel stuck. You might have connected and things resonated with what Tracy said. Don't be afraid to share that button and tag us and tell us like exactly what was it that resonated and lit a fire under your button. Circle back to Tracy and let her know. And last but not least, we're going to have it up on the screen here. Donate. Our mission is to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every single week. And you can help us to continue to spread the word and inspire and bring our message not just regionally or nationally, but globally. You can do so at www.thespheretv.com/donate. Tracy.
Yo.
It was so good. Like, I mean, you was on a roll. Like, can you pick back up where you were?
Because I've been doing some work.
Clearly.
I've been doing some work.
And what I really want us to go down the road now is talk about the work that you've been doing, because I feel, self-included, that sometimes we get so caught up in what we're creating that we forget to create within ourselves.
Yeah.
So talk about that work and what's so important about it.
So we started this rabbit hole with Tracy,
Yeah.
by asking about the price, right? Pricing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I was afraid to raise the price, not because I don't find value in the product, but I was afraid that other people would not, or that other people would not see what I see.
How oftentimes are you doing that?
Yeah. And so part of this undoing is to not only ascribe value, but to believe the value that's there.
Whoa.
And to welcome other people to value what I value.
Yes.
Like, this is an invitation, right? I'm saying to the world, like, this is a good thing.
Yes.
And it's worth what you're going to pay for it. It's worth more than you're going to pay for it, but it's at least worth what you're going to pay for
when
it.
you think about how many times in different events you can literally pack it in your pocket,
Yes.
in your purse.
Yeah.
The old folks would say your pocketbook.
Yes. Yes. Not this particular deck, because this had some love, but
A little bit.
a little bit of love. But like, I have one girlfriend who says like it's with her everywhere, and she is a manager for her corporation, and she is with people all the time, oftentimes with new people.
Yeah.
And so like, she always needs a thing to break the ice or to like break the monotony of the conversation. So often we're together at a work event, and then we're taking a break and we're talking about work.
Yep.
Can we not talk about work?
We're at work. Can we talk about something else?
Can we talk about something else?
Yeah. I want to know, have you been to Canada?
I have not, but I'm going.
What's your favorite movie? Like, those are
Right.
like really cool and organic conversations that can be struck up just like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm envisioning that perhaps there were some roadblocks along the way. Perhaps into when you inventing something like it
Right.
ain't gonna be smooth sailing the whole time. What were some of those? Like, oh, I will never forget this. We don't believe on the show that there's such a thing as mistakes, just learning opportunities. What were some of those learning opportunities?
So one of those is that I started this business, but I didn't have a fallback plan.
Okay, so what do you mean?
So I wasn't working a full-time job.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't have like this stash of money just sitting around waiting for me to go do this thing.
So this gotta work.
Right. So either this got to work or I need to drive Uber or something else got to happen.
Yes.
Right. Because
Now, did you design it that way? Did you like
No.
walk into the job and was like, I'm out, I'm creating this dope game.
No,
See ya.
not hardly.
Okay.
So I've been on this whole like wave of finding myself for a minute. That's a whole other backstory. We're not even gonna talk about that today.
We won't. Not
we
today.
won't.
We'll come. We'll have to get you come at.
Okay, no, but but I have been doing like a string of contract things.
Okay.
Right. So nothing permanent, because I know about myself that I really want to own a business, to work a business, to like, I want to be the boss. Like,
Yeah.
I
don't want to report to nobody else but myself.
I just don't. That's not to say that I won't. I mean, if you're out there and you need somebody, like, don't take that like that. But
hit up Tracy. Hit her up right now.
I'm just saying that I'm destined for this work.
Yes.
To do something for myself.
Yes.
But you have to have some money to live on.
Money is important.
Money is important. Now, it's not everything.
It's not, but
it's critical.
You need, it's in the top 3.
You know, and oftentimes I have not. So like I've been like pulling things together and relying on prayers, So that's the biggest pitfall, right? The negative self-talk and the lack of immediate resources. Mm-hmm. That those have been the biggest. And I'm clearing both of those hurdles right now, just FYI.
Boom. Talk about clearing them hurdles.
Clearing hurdles.
Have you, in the beginning, did you have a moment where you like, you maybe were at an event and you were featured to do the cars, or you presented the cars and it didn't go quite the way you anticipated? Tell us about that. I see you laughing. It's going to be good.
So I was, I've done this a lot of times now, right? And I'm always like trying to revamp what it looks like and new ways to pitch it, new ways to show people. So that's another thing. Like, we're always constantly improving.
Yes.
Right. But I was invited to a game night with mostly millennials. And I'm thinking, okay, they like games. I have a game. It's game night.
Winning.
We're winning. However, we started to play and it didn't like feel like it was clicking. I'm like, nobody's really interacting. Nobody's really caring about the questions that I'm asking. Like, then it's loud. They're having all these sidebar conversations. I was like, okay, this is not okay. This is not good. And I was like ready to tuck my tail and go home. But then later on, when everybody went on to do other things, because my game was like early in the event. Other people were like, oh no, that was real cool. I really enjoyed that. So my perception of what was happening was perhaps generationally skewed.
Yeah. Yeah, because people weren't falling out like, oh, this is good, girl.
Right. I wasn't getting immediate feedback. And, we live in this microwave society where I'm accustomed to microwave feedback.
We don't want nothing to do with the oven, but the oven is what we need.
The oven is good sometimes.
We need to let that thing preheat.
Yeah.
Bake.
Yeah.
It can't be done in a minute.
You can't bake a pie in a microwave. It's not going to be okay. So... for my dad's birthday, I bake him a lemon meringue pie. Like, that's his only request.
Oh, nice.
So if I try to do that in the microwave, it'd be...
Dad will throw it back at you. Try again, Tracy. That was a big aha moment. Like, and I guess the lesson learned is don't judge the room without adequately uncovering the room.
Yeah. And also, like, know your audience better.
Yeah.
Because I'm accustomed to dealing with the people who are a particular age bracket, a particular income, and this was not the case. And so I needed to know my audience better.
Speaking of knowing the audience better, oftentimes we don't really, from a marketing standpoint or even a digital standpoint, we don't really know what we're doing. Like, I could just be out there. I was like, ooh, this might look good to me on social media. Like, well, I only got 5 likes. So what happened?
Right.
But somebody who does know how to make that thing work. Our next person that's sponsoring this portion of the show, which is True Digital. You're online right now, and so are your customers. The question is, how do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with website development, online ads, your business reputation, and organic growth on search engines. Give us a call today to discuss a customized strategy for your business at 832-934-4436, or send us an email to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention the Sphere to receive a free 30-minute strategy consultation. Check out our boys. We also, True Digital Media is also friends of the Sphere, so be sure to also check out their show on the platform that Boom Bap. So Tracy, we've talked about the beginning. On the show, we like to explore the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yes.
And right now, I'm curious to know, like, what's the X factor, right? You've done some serious soul searching to figure out what is going to be the thing that's going to make Tracy experience joy and happiness.
Right.
But talk about the X factor when it comes to your business. Like, what's the difference of I'm glad you asked compared to some of the other card games that are out there? Like, why would I want I'm glad you asked in my repertoire?
Okay, so the first is that it is non-competitive. So nobody's fighting,
Love it.
right? We're just talking.
That's it. Conversation.
The second is that it's positive. So there are some card games that people play right now that are a little less positive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names because I'm
We're
not
not.
trying to have anybody come after
That's
me.
not what we're going to do.
I'm just saying that I have played some of these games.
Yeah, said games.
Said games. And I did not feel like joy was happening in my spirit.
Right.
And so this is, nobody's going to be sad, angry, upset. Nobody's feelings going to be hurt when you play I'm Glad You Asked.
Right.
People are literally glad you asked.
I mean, we'll go back up to on the screen. So if you're visually watching us, you see the website. I mean, we're here. So Tracy, talk a little bit about your design. I mean, that's pretty slick. It's very straightforward. And then boom, where they can go to purchase.
So it's really is straightforward because I really didn't want it to like the design of it to complicate it.
Yep, it's so easy. And being someone who has played the game several times, it is really easy. There's no way you can mess this up.
You can't mess it
So
up.
much so, there's no instructions.
There are instructions in the box.
Well, there are instructions in the box, but my point is you
You
don't need them.
You don't need them.
No.
You don't. And it's available, I always say online or at a Tracie Jae near you.
Boom. If you see Tracy, you can grab your box of cards, and if not, it's online.
If not, it's online. So, gladyouasked.com, Glad You Asked game.
Guys, like seriously, go out and grab these cards. I mean, it's you'll be glad that you did, especially if you are always entertaining or you go somewhere who someone's always entertaining, as Tracy mentioned, even at work events. Like it's not discriminatory. You can literally use and utilize these cards anywhere you go. So we talked a lot about business.
Yes.
I want to know, what is Tracie Jae? Masora.
Yes.
What are you doing to make sure you protect that creative space, that you are allowing yourself to recharge the batteries so that you're not burnt out?
Okay, so despite really loving people and really
despite really
loving people, because I do genuinely really love people and I really like to be around people, to recharge I really have to be by myself. So I walk in the mornings and it's just like,
I see the pose.
yeah, it's just like me and the park and that's my time. And I also have a really amazing community of people that I'm with most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so they like remind me who I am.
Yeah, you need that.
And so those two things primarily, like I check out, spend time with myself, I pray a lot, and I surround myself with dope ass people.
Yeah. Dope people, dope people are somewhat like unicorns.
Yeah.
And when you find them, like, you gotta ring them things in. Like, come on, this is what we doing.
Yes.
That is so important. So important. I mean, speaking of, you go on your walks, and where are you walking?
Herman Park.
Now, see, what you guys don't know is right before we went we went on the show live, is I was flipping through the cards and asking Tracy some of the questions. And one of the questions I landed on was, what's your favorite place in town? So imagine being at an event and that's one of the questions. Here's another one. Do you ever laugh at yourself? All the time.
What? As often as I can.
Grab one for me.
Okay. What's your favorite shoe?
Ooh, my favorite shoe, like right now in the closet. It's some joints I looked up online. It's called I Tailor. You can literally tailor your own shoes. Create your own shoe online. Some spot out in Thailand, they will ship them joints to you.
What?
Okay. And it's at a fraction of the cost. Okay. But did y'all see like just how fun that interaction was just now? Like you could get this like right now. Go and shop online. Add it to your shopping cart. And
Yes. Yes. Buy one for a friend.
buy one for a friend. Listen, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am beyond proud of you, and now I'm itching. Now my wheels are turning. Like, okay, well, what's next? Like, what's next for Tracie Jae? Like, what are we doing in the next 5, 10, 15 years to continue to innovate the space that you're in right now?
So there will be an expansion of I'm Glad You Asked.
Oh, volume 2,
2, 3,
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. There will be some translations. It's already translated into Spanish. It's just not printed yet in
What?
Spanish.
Come on, Espanol.
Come on, Espanol. I'm also working on some enterprise options so that
You heard that.
big business
Enterprise
can get
options.
theirs.
That means you
as well.
better get your cards now.
Get them today, baby, while they still what they are.
Okay, because enterprise means boom.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm excited. There's some things coming.
There's some big things coming.
Yeah.
Big things coming. All right. So, hey, listen, Tracy just did a short advertisement on the show about what's coming down the pipe for her. But if you're thinking, man, I need to be able to promote my show in that manner, well, guess what? You could do it right here on the Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every single time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Tracy.
KG.
Man, this has been such a great show. But before we go and we wrap this thing up and
Yes.
put a bow on it,
Yes.
I want to know, let's say you go back to the beginning of time. That night when your sleep was interrupted and your spirit said, I'm glad you asked. Let's say this time around, we give you seed money. Give you 5 G's. If we keep all of your knowledge that you've learned along this journey, what would you do differently?
I would start with a Kickstarter. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely go back, start with some printed product and have some people test the product and record their reactions and then do a Kickstarter.
Nice. What else would you do?
I would have a better package. Because my package is kind of plain right now. But
Right now,
it's coming. It's changing. But if I had the money up front to start,
Yes.
it would look a little different.
A little different.
A little. Not
I mean,
a lot.
because Kickstarter, you're going to multiply that money, so you're going to have some excess.
Exactly.
What about marketing?
Yeah, so I would definitely have invested in some marketing, but with 5Gs, like marketing, you're only going to get so far. So social media is your friend.
Totally. Marketing on social media.
Yes. Having a person who does that, who knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Because like I've been like, cutting and pasting, photoshopping, like, I mean, I do a little something, but
you're not the pro.
I'm not
You're
the
not
pro.
the expert.
That's
You-
not my
You
wheelhouse.
haven't spent 10,000 hours
I have
in
not.
said wheelhouse.
I have not.
Right.
I have spent 10,000 hours creating questions, though.
This is what you have done.
Yeah.
Going back to the point that matters. Man, I'm looking forward to volume 2. I'm just looking forward to seeing the fruition of the enterprise business deals and moves you're about to make.
Yes.
And just thank you for your contribution to the planet, man.
Thank you.
I can see this really truly being something that we talk about globally for generations and generations to come.
I'm excited. I want, like, I'm glad you asked, to be like Uno. Like, people just think of it like Uno. Like, they just think to pick it up when
That's
they're on
it.
their way to the next thing.
That's it. That's it. And think about how long Uno's been around. Like, that's what you're after.
Yeah.
You're about to give Uno a run for their money.
Baby, bring it.
Cause see you, Uno. Tracy, before we conclude and wrap up, please let the people know where they can reach you.
So you can find me on the interwebs at gladyouasked.game.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I think the handle is available if you're looking. You can see it.
Yep.
And yeah, and I'm easy to find. I'm Tracie Jae everywhere I go. So if you're looking for Tracy with an IEJAE, that's me.
That's Tracy. And for me, my peeps, you can catch me on LinkedIn, Instagram, on the book at KLG Speaks. If you want to get a little personal, it's Kalia Guillory. You're going to have to Google that one because I'll be here all night if I try to spell that out. And for my YouTubers, it'll be YouTubers. Oh, sorry, YouTubers. It's KLG Speaks TV for my YouTubers out there. Tracy, this has been another incredible show.
Yes.
Our listeners, I'm sure, are roaring. They're like cheering you on. They're giving you the closed hands, saying thank you so much. But before I go, there's one last thing I need to do.
Yes.
Tracie Jae, CEO, founder.
Yes.
I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
Inventor. Soror. I'm going to add another title.
Okay.
And it is Startup Master.
I like it.
It's another one. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching us, and we'll see you next week. Peace. Bye.